It's Beastie Boy prime time.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Lucky Cat Atlas. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front here. As you can see, very minimalistic with the packaging here. We got the blue fading into the red, got a little kind of sketchy image there of Atlas, MVP01 Atlas. On this side, Atlas. On this side, we just have some more picture. Up top, nothing. On the bottom, nothing. On the back, one shall stand, one shall fall. Warning, don't eat anything in this box that could be very bad for you. And that is basically it for the packaging. Then, moving right along here, we have Atlas, and this is Lucky Cat's take on an MP scaled rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode. And looks quite good in my opinion. But let's get in close. Yes, we can take a look at that Prime crotch. Nope. Eyes up here at the noggin. There's the noggin. As you can see, a very nice primey head sculpt there. You got some nice detail there in the mouth plates. Also some nice weathering, which we'll see throughout the figure. Got some little scratches and scrapes and whatnot. Got some nice detail right up top here, done in a nice gunmetal gray. Got the windshield chest. And you can see the weathering going on there. You got little scuffs going on. So, nice little weathering pass they did on this figure. Lots of nice detail, as you can see throughout. I like the coloration on the thighs here. This looks kind of rusty, and it has kind of like a little, almost like a little yellowish hue to it, or a goldish hue, more so. But this looks quite good. Got the little lights there on the kneecaps. Getting some nice details going on, even on the inside of the legs there. The big old feeties. And moving to the back. Again, got some nice details, some nice weathering, some scuffs, some scrapes. The Prime booty! He didn't wipe properly, a little dirty there, but you can see that nice detail there on that back plate. But overall, a good looking Prime here. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm gonna tell you. So the head is on a ball joint, so you have your wiggly waggly. The base of the neck is on a hinge that can move forward and back, so you can do a little you can do all kinds of that. Head can do a full 360. You can look up a little bit and look down some. Arms can do a full 360. You have to move this section out of the way so you can get that outward movement. You can also shift up and down, like pretty much a click there, and that's pretty much all you get there. But you can get pretty much a full outstretched arm. You do have bicep rotation, which is quite snug on my copy. You do have a double jointed elbow. You can extend the forearm here, and you can access that second joint, although it doesn't really give you any extra movement. Depending on how you have things situated, you can get a little bit extra movement out of it, but not too much. But you can still get a decent range there. You do have a forearm rotation if you need that. As far as the wrist, you have wrist rotation. You have a hinge that allows the hand to move in and out slightly if you want. You do have posable fingies here. The thumb's on a ball joint at the base, hinge there and a hinge there. And each finger has a hinge at the base, hinge there and hinge there. You also can get some splayage going on. You can do an impromptu live long and prosper. You can do whatever you want there. You do have waist rotation. You got an ab crunch in there as well. And you can see how it kind of reveals a little extra detailing there, which is nice. Moving on down, we can move these skirts out of the way. You can move the butt plate out of the way. Legs can go forward about that far, back about that far, outward. This outward hinge is on a ratchet, and it's a little too tight for my liking, honestly. It's almost kind of scary tight, but you can get out almost the full splits. And then when you're bringing it back down, like you can see here, like things kind of start to flex a little bit, and I don't like that. This is not a big heavy figure. The ratchet didn't need to be that tight, honestly. But anyway, you got thigh rotation there. You do have a double jointed knee. You can get nice full range of movement there. As far as the feet, they're on a big ball joint. They can't really move up too much just due to everything here, but they can move down some. You have rotation, you have ankle tiltage, and you have a toe joint. Now, as far as accessories go, we get some weaponry. We get the big old blaster here, done in a nice gunmetal gray. And again, you kind of see the little bit of weathering there. You can kind of see some scuffs throughout, but a good-looking blaster. We do get the big old battle axe here. Again, nicely done. Again, you get little scuffs and whatnot. You got the transparent blade. Looks good. You get the sword. Again, nicely done with that transparent blade. Nice weathering. Lovely piece there. We got the big old arm cannon right there. This looks really good. Again, you kind of see the weathering there, the scuffs and whatnots. But some nice detail there. Got some transparent plastic in the barrel. That's for a reason. That will show off later. But yeah, good looking cannon. And we also get a couple of adapter pieces and those sort of purpose as well. And I will show that off in a little bit. But that is everything you get with Prime. Now, as far as the handheld weapons go, it's a simple case of little tabs that go into a slot in the palm. So you just tab that in, wrap the fingers around, and there you go. You can pew pew hack hack, pew pew hack hack. Now, one thing to note, the blaster here, this connection is not really all that solid. It's a pretty loose connection, so he can hold it, but it doesn't take much to knock it out of his hand there. So that's been unfortunate. That needed to be tightened up a little bit, but still you can get him wielding those weapons if you wish. So you have these bits right here, and what these are for is for weapon connection. So there is a port right here, and you're going to take this and plug it right in, like so, and now you can bring in the sword. The sword will tab into that, and there you go. Now you can give him his arm blade. So the other one you take and plug onto this side, and this is for the cannon. Now the hand you want in a specific position here. You want the hand, if the camera will focus, there we go. You want the fingers outstretched, and you want the thumb just rotated down like that. And you want to make sure that the cannon, that the tab is on the outside of the forearm. You just feed his fingers through, and you'll just tab that in. This takes a bit of doing though, but it's doable. It does take a little bit of fiddling. There is some fiddle factor here. There we go. There we go. Now you just get that plugged in like so. And now he has his big old cannon there, so he can slash slash bang bang slash slash bang bang and all of that good stuff. And another thing we can do here is we can open up his chest, bring this down, and he does have a matrix, which you can remove. You know, the funniest thing about this matrix is it'll fall out when I don't want it to, but yet when I want to take it out, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, did you want something? It's very weird. Very, very weird. But anyway, there we go. We got a little matrix there. Nicely done. Some nice paintwork there. Got the little clear jewel there in the center. And you do have a magnet on the back because this matrix actually serves a purpose. And that is to light our darkest eyes. So there are lights in the head, and it takes 2 AG0 batteries, which are not included. You have to get those yourself. Installing the batteries is very easy. You actually just slide off his face. The battery compartment's right in there. Put the batteries in, slide his face back on, and you are good to go. And you take the matrix, and you just boop him on the snoot, boop, and his eyes will glow a nice bright blue. And then you just boop him again, boop. That boop, I said boop. There we go. That turns him off. Just give him a little boop, and his eyes will glow. Very nice. And the matrix will also light our darkest blaster. Now, the blaster takes 2 AG3 batteries, which again are not included. You have to get those yourself. Installing the batteries, again, very easy. Just remove this little cap there. There's a battery compartment. You just pop it out, and install your batteries, and then just put everything back together. Take the matrix, give it a boop, and there you go. Now the blaster lights up. And I love the effect there. You have that little central light and then that ring around it, and that looks really cool. Makes for a very, very nice effect. And again, boop it again, turns it off. So just a nice, simple mechanism there for your lights. So there you have that, and now for comparison. There he is with the Studio Series, Rise of the Beast Prime. He's a little guy. Here he is with the MPM Bumblebee Movie Prime, just so you can see how that works out. Here he is with the Magnificent Mecha Bumblebee Movie Prime, just so you can see how they fare against one another. And here he is with the 3-0 Rise of the Beast Prime. So you can see how that works out right there. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So first we're going to work on the arms. So what you want to do, you want to take this little bit right here, and this just rotates down. Like so. You want to take this whole kind of hand and wrist section here and bring it down and out like so. You want to take the forearm, you want to rotate it 180. You want to take this panel and just flip this down. This little silver bit here, you want to push this down and then rotate it down like so. And then you want to open up this panel, open up this panel, and flip up this little panel right here. Once that is done, you want to rotate this section, so this hinge is now facing up. You do need the hands in a very specific position, so bring the hand in like that, and you want the fingers completely straightened out, and you want the thumb in, and you want to bend the tip of his thumb in, and you want the hand looking like that. Kind of like a karate chop position there. So now you want to take all this, shift it back in, and now you're going to flip the hand in. It's on a double hinge, so make sure you just engage both those hinges there. Just bring that up and over, and that'll sit right in there like that. And now for the shoulder, you're just going to take this section and just bring this up. You're going to take this panel right here, bring this up, and then rotate all of this up. And just leave that like that for now. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And second verse was just like the first. So now we want to take his chest and just open it up. We want to take this, bring this down. It's on a slider, so slide it out as far as it'll go. Once we have done that, we're going to come back here. We're going to take pretty much this whole back section here, and helps you kind of engage that ab crunch. And take this and just start pulling all of this out. And now you want to untab the front part of his waist here from the small of his back, and that tabs in right there. It does tab in quite securely. There we go. Get that untabbed. Once you have all that untabbed, all this will just drop forward like so. You want to take the small of his back here. You want to untab it. It's on a double hinge. Just shift it inward and then tab it back in. So now we got him sitting down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take these sections here. We need to shift them up and over the front grill. So just kind of straighten them out and just pop them over the front grill. And just bring all this down. You can open this panel up as well. And just shift these down like that, and that's just so you can kind of bring this down as far as it'll go, because you need the clearance. This also, just pull this out, bring it down as far as it will go, and then you can bring his arms up, and we just need the clearance, so we can take this upper part of the body and rotate it around like that. So once we are here, we take this whole panel that his head is on, we pop this up, and we're going to rotate it 180. You do have to kind of bring it at an angle so you can clear these big tabs here. So just rotate that around. You want to make sure that the head is brought all the way back on this hinge here. So just bring it back as far as it'll go. And just take it and close all this back up. Make sure it's pushed all the way down. Now you have two sliding joints here on this armature. You have one here and you have one here. So first you want to take this and slide it all the way down. And then you can straighten this out. You can just move this out of the way and bring that up. And then you want to take all this and slide it back. Now we're going to do a little bit of work on the legs here. So you want to take this section here. It untabs. You want to untab it and shift it down. And it'll tab in right there. And now this skirt piece, you want to take it and rotate it down. You want to rotate this entire armature down. It's on a double hinge, so you want to rotate this entire thing down. On this side, this is quite snug. But take that and just rotate it down so it's sitting like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So once that is done, you want to take this section here and you want to rotate it down. You want to take the wheel, you want to pull it out and then slide it down and then push it back in to lock that into place. Second verse just like the first. So once we get those wheels down, we can start getting this all situated. So what you want to do is you want to take these panels here and just bring them up. And you're basically straightening all this out now. So straighten all of this out until this entire front grille is nice and straightened out, like so. Flip this in so you can open this up. You want this little central section here. Bring it out halfway, and then rotate these little bits out, and then bring that down, and then you can take that and just tab that into place. And you got that how it needs to be. So here is the most annoying part of this transformation, and that is getting the arms into place. So we're basically doing, you know, the basic prime transformation here. So just fold up the arms, bring the shoulder back, and there is a tab slot connection back here for this gray piece. So you can kind of get that tabbed in. It'll come undone, I'm sure, but meant to sit in there, like so. And now it's just a case of getting this kind of worked in. Be mindful of the fingers and just kind of work this in. And getting these arms out is a lot easier than getting them in, but it's doable. It's just, this part is just fiddly. There we go. Hey, that actually didn't fight me too much. If you watch the JTI, it fought me a lot in the JTI, but that time it actually was cooperative. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But there you go. And again, you want to make sure, oops, as I bumped the camera, sorry about that. But again, you want to make sure that this panel is tabbed in right there. And now we're going to brute force the other arm in. Okay, so we got the other side in. Now, one thing that should happen in theory is, you can see here, there are posts on either side here. They're supposed to go into these gold pieces here. Sometimes I can get them to go in, sometimes I can't. It depends on what kind of mood they're in. I get, oh, there we go, that popped in. See if I can get the other side. Oh, actually, hey, again, now you're being cooperative. Now you're being cooperative. Okay, there you go. But you want those pegged in right there. There you go. So once that's done, you can now take all this and bring it down. You have tabs and slots on either side. You also have a tab right here. It's going to go in a slot right there in the middle. So just line that up and plug it in. Plug that central tab in as well, and get that all nice and squozen. We'll put your matrix back in. I just left it out because I knew it was going to fall out while I was transforming him, because it always does. But now you can, actually, before we close it up, we can't close it up completely yet. We want to just kind of engage this hinge because we have the side view mirrors in here. So flip that out, and now we can close this up. So just open that up, get that side view mirror out, and then close up that windshield. So there we go. And we got that done. So we have these little panels here. You just want to flip up on either side. You can bring that down and just pop those into place. You want to take this panel here and flip that down. You have a little panel here you just want to take and flip down. And same thing on the other side. Just flip that panel down. Flip that panel down. Now you want to take this silver panel here, you want to untab it, you want to pull this hinge out, and then rotate all of this in, and then take the smokestack and just shift it outwards. Same thing here, just take that out, pull that out, rotate around, plug it in, and shift that outwards. And there we have the main part of the cab all done. And now it's time to do some legwork. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take this panel here on the side, pop this up, and you're going to bring this all the way up like so. You're going to take this section behind the leg, untab this, shift this up, and this tab will go into this slot right there. So just bring that up and just tab that into place so it is looking like that. Now you want to take the foot, you want to rotate it in, and then start swinging the foot in. You want to take this section here with the wheels, and you want to open this up, like so. And what needs to happen here is you want to push this out basically at the same time you're kind of rotating all of this around. So that happens. So once you get that out, you take this tank, swing it around, bring it in, and it'll tab in right there. Just line it up and plug that in. At this point now, you can take these wheels, you want to pull them out, rotate them, and then push them back in to lock them into place. Lock I say, there we go. And once you do that, you can close that up, and then the foot will just tab in right there. Just line that up and tab that in, just like that. And you got that leg all done, and guess what? Second verse is just like the first. And there you have that side done. One extra step you want to do on this side is you do have a tab that you want to flip out. And once you've done that, you just bring the legs together and tab the two halves together like so. Make sure everything is nice and squozen. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have Atlas, aka Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, in his alt mode. You can't spin him, but there he is in his alt mode, and he is a red and blue truck. I know, shocking, so shocking. But yeah, a nice looking truck mode here. Not perfect, but a decent looking truck mode, all things considered. Very reminiscent of how it looked in the movie. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. Again, we got some nice weathering here, some nice dirt and grime and some scuffs and all that going on, but it looks quite good. You see a whole front grille section there. Looking quite nice. You got the stripage going along the sides here, although it's funny because some of the stripe has the weathering and this part of the stripe does not have any weathering on it, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. You can see even the rims here have some weathering as well. The legs don't do too much transforming, as you can see, but it all still comes together pretty well. You can see it's a little loosey-goosey in this section here. I mean, everything is, all this is tabbed together well, but there's nothing really kind of holding this together, so you can kind of see it kind of flops a little bit. So maybe some extra connection points around here would have been nice, but you get that back section there. And again, not too much happening in the back, but there is the top, there is the bottom. These are, I believe, rubber tires, or rubber-like material. They're very stiff, but he does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. Then, for comparison, here it is with the Studio Series version. Here it is with the MPM Bumblebee Movie Prime. This is the stock version. That's why it still has the ears. But yeah, there it is with MPM Prime. And here it is with the magnificent Mecha Bumblebee Movie Prime. So you can see how that works out. So there you go. Now, as far as weapon storage goes in the alt mode, There you go. Yay! So there you have Atlas, and yeah, nicely done figure for the most part. I do have some qualms. One, those hip ratchets are just too tight. They're unnecessarily tight. You know, again, it's not a big, heavy figure. There's no reason for those ratchets to be as tight as they are. Like, they're kind of scary tight. The blaster, he doesn't hold super securely. That connection is pretty loose. As far as the truck mode goes, would have been nice if there were some extra connection points between, like, the cab and the back side of the truck, just to keep things, you know, just more solid. The transformation isn't bad. It could be a bit smoother. Getting those arms in place for truck mode can be a bit of a chore. Sometimes it fights you a lot, sometimes it fights you a little, but it's still gonna fight you some. There is some fiddle factor there. So yeah, some room for improvement, but for the most part, they did a pretty good job here. Just some parts they needed to dial in just a little bit more, but there you go. Now, I picked this up from TF Safari. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. And if you use the promo code 2022 EmGoReview at checkout, you will get a discount on your order. You can also check out the third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Lucky Cat Atlas. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Alright, kitty, first I'm going to put you down for a nap, and then afterwards I'll give you a nice ball of yarn to play with. Prime, I just want to say that this is not really, this isn't right. Oh, is Kitty cranky? Do you want a bowl of milk? Well, I wouldn't mind. All right, we'll get you a bowl of milk. Mew.